What is it? Okay, we have a lot to talk about today. First of all, Spider-Man Brand New Day, the fourth Spider-Man movie in the MCU releasing next year, but more importantly, Beyond the Spider-Verse has been confirmed. The third and final movie of the Spider-Verse trilogy is releasing on June 4th, 2027, which first of all, I am really happy that they are taking their time to work with this, because that not only gives me time to upload my Across the Spider-Verse breakdown that I still haven't done yet, but also just because look at these stills that we got from this movie. These look absolutely incredible. Let's start with this one. This is Miles upside down, similar to the poster for Across the Spider-Verse, but this time with a lot more smoke behind him with barely anything else. There is some text on some kind of building in the background here, but you can't make out anything clear enough to read. Next up, we got a shot of Gwen and Miles reuniting in this art collage style, which as we know is Hobie's World, and we are going to get a lot more scenes of Hobie's World in this film, and I love that he's been given the Gwen treatment. She was already interesting in Into the Spider-Verse, but then Across the Spider-Verse took her character and the style of her world and her theme an insane amount further, and now we're getting the same depth with Hobie in this beautiful setting here. In the background, we have some iconic London buildings such as the Trafalgar Square statue, I believe, the St. Paul's Cathedral, as well as Big Ben himself. No, not that thing. Next to Big Ben, we have the words tea time, a nice little joke indicating that it's dinner time right here in the city right now. Also matched by this beautiful abstract sunset in the background. I gotta say, this shot just looks insanely good already from nothing else but what we see here. And the slight text saying tea time, which I'm guessing is as the clock tower starts ringing. This is carrying on from his art style in the previous movie, where there is a lot of newspaper and text collage littered everywhere in his design. In this scene as well, there's a text saying 29 pence on the other side, and all of this already has me convinced that the attention to detail and the Easter eggs in this movie is not slowing down at all, as we've seen in Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse, and I know I'm going to have such a fun time rewatching this movie and catching every single one of them. Which, by the way, I have found 300 hidden details in Across the Spider-Verse. The breakdown is fully scripted, but the video being 2 hours long, of course it's going to take a lot of time to produce, so stay subscribed to the channel so you don't miss that mega breakdown that is in the works. Okay, moving on, then we've got this shot of Miles holding on to what I believe is a bus through the streets of New York, which is looking absolutely insane, by the way. The amount of lighting, detail, motion, and the reflections in this shot is just so technically impressive. And I can confirm that this is indeed Earth 42, as we see a light saying Electro in the back here that we already have seen near the end of Across the Spider-Verse, as the villains are ruling this world, so their businesses and brands are conquering the mainstream. And we also have Stegron here, which is another niche Spider-Man villain, and a few other names dotted around as well. This scene just looks absolutely stunning. Moving on to the next image we got, the shot of Prowler Miles versus Spider-Man Miles here, with these beautiful graffiti smears and light streaks in this art style that continues on from the previous movie as well. Now they seem to be in a gym with weights and racks here, but the chains and the rope give me a feeling that this is taking place immediately after the ending scene and is still inside the little shed on top of the roof where we last saw Miles, as very similar equipment were seen around the place. I'm very interested to know what is causing this art style to go into this very high exposed and highly lit scene, or if it is just an impact frame in the animation. I wouldn't want too much changes in the Earth 42 art style, because personally I think it was so perfect the way it was with the graffiti and paint based art style, just like Miles' sketchbook at the end of ATSV. However, one place I disagree with keeping it the same is seeing this shot here, because holy they just did not have to go this hard with the art. Just zooming in anywhere at all on this frame, you can just see a ton of attention to detail with the graffiti light streaks and the sparks we talked about earlier, but also the rain, the reflections, the lighting, the smears. Oh my god, this is just looking absolutely insane. Every time I watch the first Spider-Verse movie, I think that this looks incredible. Then I'm shown how much more incredible the art is in ATSV, and there is just no difference to the level of insanity the animators are pouring into Beyond the Spider-Verse. I don't even know how they manage it, even with a new team of animators, since a lot of the old one left because of being overworked due to the production of ATSV. They still somehow managed to reimagine what animation could be today. If this movie doesn't get an Oscar for the best animated feature, I genuinely don't know what will. Anyways, sorry for getting sidetracked. On the left here on the image, you can see some webbing which confirms that this is also part of the Prowler Miles versus Spider-Man Miles fight scene. Man, I can't wait for this movie. Oh, by the way, check out my predictions and my wish list for what I want to see in Beyond the Spider-Verse right here.